Kevin here at Clement's Homebrew. The other day we had a fun time with a big group. We had a mac and cheese potluck. Isn't that right? Now I don't do a lot of carbs, so I was maxed out on carbs. But we had a fun time, and actually it was a celebration. This was the choice of the kids. It was my stepson David and his beautiful fiancée Kaya, and we're celebrating their coming wedding this year. But so they wanted a macaroni potluck, and so we all made dishes, and I'm going to share with you the dishes I chose to make. The macaroni and cheese, of course, it involved beer, right? And then I want to tell you what I would do probably different with that same dish after we're done. So here goes the mac recipe, and I'll publish the recipe down below. Have fun. Today you're in the kitchen with Kevin from Clement's Homebrew and Kulua Barb over here assisting. And we're both making our own recipes. We're having a potluck today with different mac and cheese dishes. And of course, I want one with a good beer in it, right? So today we're making a mac and cheese type recipe. And we've got to do something fun with it. So I've got beer from Crux Brewing. This is an IPA. It's the cast out IPA. I've done a beer review of this before. This is a good beer. We're going to be using that. Also too, I can't just use any old cheese, so we're going to have some fun cheeses. One I've got in the bowl sitting there ready to go, but this one is a boar's head cheese. It's a double Gloucester. That's right, a double Gloucester. We're going to use 8 ounces of that. We're also going to come back in with some more boar's head cheese, and this time we're going to be using some smoked Gouda. So let's get this going. Because we're trying to keep the counters in the house clean with guests coming, I'm going to go ahead and cook the bacon in an oven so that we'll keep all of that down there. We won't have any grease splattering potentially. And then we're going to crumple the bacon to put it on top. You can also just go ahead and put it right into your recipe. Now the recipe only calls for, being a smaller recipe, 4 strips of bacon, but in our case we're going to just cook up all of the bacon, because why not? And we have it on broil. Meanwhile, I'd say it's time to enjoy some more beer. Okay, we've got our bacon, and now we're going to just kind of cut this into smaller pieces. May have overcooked it just a little, but sometimes just having it a little more crisp is fun. It adds more of that rich flavor. Bacon. So we're not using pre-shredded cheese, and that's because pre-shredded cheese is coated with like a potato powder so that they stay separated. We don't want that added in. We're going to balance out by recipe with some flour and a few other ingredients. Now you could use a regular cheddar instead of the Gloucester cheese, but we're going to go for some extra flavor today and hopefully still be able to taste the beer. We're going to be using a cup of the beer. I suggest getting a larger bottle so you can enjoy some of the beer while you're making your beer mac and cheese. Cheers. Oh, that's good. All right, we're placing in 4 ounces of cream cheese, and we're going to turn this on to high. Now that this is beginning to simmer, we're going to turn the temperature down a little bit. We're going to start breaking the cream cheese into it. So we're putting it on about medium at this point. I'm adding in 1.5 tablespoons of flour. Now this recipe is just for 3 to 4 people. You can double it. You want to whisk this for about a minute, kind of let that flour thicken up and mix with the cream cheese. Now we're going to start adding in our 2 cheeses. We're going to whisk this for about 3 minutes so it's completely blended. I'm going to further reduce the heat at this point. Three minutes are up. Now we're going to come in and just add a little paprika to this. You can always add more to your own taste. We're going to add just a little bit of kosher salt. Now we're going to remove it from the heat completely. Continue to stir it a little bit, let it cool a little. Now we're going to fold it into our 8 ounces of pasta. That's a fun mix of cheese right there. Cream cheese just adds a little more fun, creamy texture to the whole thing. Helps it smooth out very nice. So now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of panko, breadcrumbs. We're going to add some olive oil, 1 tablespoon. Now you could go as much as a 1/2 cup if you have more shallow plates or you're making like individual servings. And just a little bit of salt. And a bit of fresh ground pepper. We're going to mix that up together. The olive oil is going to help make those seasonings stick to the panko. And then we're going to to sprinkle that on top. This is just going to give it a light crust. Now, some of the people at our function can't have onions, and that includes chives. But this would be a great opportunity to include chives. We're going to be adding bacon on top for those that don't care for it. Bacon that could be mixed right into the dish. Now what we need to do is put this into a preheated oven at 375 degrees for around 25 minutes. Ooh, we've got several different mac and cheese going. Sadly, I didn't get a picture of it before, but you can see it's the one with the bacon on top, and we have plenty of mac and cheese.
Daddy?
Yes?
Can I have something?
You're not allowed to eat ever. Yeah.
So, as I said, the food was great. There were a lot of great dishes out there. What would I do different with mine first? I think that my cheeses were a little too much. I mean, they were good, but you didn't get as much of the beer character as you'd like. And I think I like a little bit more personally of that cheddar cheese character. Now, the boar said, though, going with that Gouda, smoked Gouda, was a fun idea. And if I were to do that one again, I think instead what I would do is back down and maybe do instead just a good old cheddar cheese, about 3/4 of it cheddar cheese, and maybe 1/4 of it do the boar set. Just add a little bit of that in there. It was good though, and what was really great was putting that bacon on top. The bacon was really wonderful. You did get the beer flavor, but I think it would come through a little bit better with some regular cheddar cheese. Now, what were the best ones there? I think the best of all, bacon and jalapeno. Oh, that was so good. I'm not sure if they used a jalapeno jack, but I would say do a jalapeno jack and cheddar mix. You know, maybe not too much the jalapeno jack, but maybe, you know, 1/3 of it or 1/4 of it. The rest with cheddar and lots of bacon in there. That's just delicious. I don't do a lot of macaroni and cheese. Not that I don't enjoy it. I just don't do well with all those carbs. But that's a fabulous dish. So what I'd like to say is if you've got a favorite mac and cheese dish, please share your basics of what you do, you know, what your main ingredients are down below. And I hope you enjoyed this and go off and do some more experimenting of your own. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. We will catch you all later. Cheers.